All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what an evening we've had. And now our feature, Karen Pierce Gonzalez, will be presenting her poetry for our consideration, discernment, and pleasure. She will be advising us from the muse's point of view. Karen's chapbooks include Coyote in the Basket of My Ribs and forthcoming this summer, Down the River with Li Po, Sun and Moon Wired Together, and Earth Wrought, Vision Drunk. She will happily read from those manuscripts at another time, but tonight she will premiere a new collection, Olmec Offerings, a performance piece of 6 three-part conversations with pre-Meso-American deities.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you for everything and all of the admin crew that makes this possible. I'm just going to launch right in because time is an issue. I am, David, just so you know, timekeeper, I'm looking at about 16 minutes to do this set, maybe 17. So hopefully you can just sit back and relax when as I present this piece to you.
Thank you.
Olmec, you're welcome. Olmec Offerings. Conversations with 6 pre-Meso-American deities. Each conversation is in 3 parts, and there are 2 sections. The first section opens with this quote, my quote, "To speak. Before we can talk," oh, I got the wrong one, you guys. Hang on a second. That's great. Dan, make sure you edit that out. Opening quote, opening poem for the first section. To listen. The medicine of listening knows how to heal, to open our ears, eyes, and hearts with hands that will bring us to our senses. Olmec Crocodile Sapoctli. 1. Tricked out of the primordial sea with promises of divinity by 4 gods of direction, I was birthed from water into beast, scraped against craggy rock beds, cracking open the blisters of having been forced to fall apart for your forests, peaks, and valley floors flat enough to build God temples on. Mouth open, my reins anoint the tops of your bobbled heads, dilute appetites wet for more ferocious shorelines of day, until only shadowlands exist on a battlefield of reptilian desires spawned in brainstems that don't blink at the sight of spilled blood. 2. Midair, I dream swim an ancient ocean behind a steel blue rack of sky. Torn leg joints leak brine. Unable to wash wounds clean, I am fettered against my will with you in a twisted jute neck sewn onto my leathery hide. Tasked to raise your heaven up by the roots with my curved teeth, still longing to bite into plankton mud, I tire. Turn my thick skeletal back on the deities you pray to. 3. I seal my eyes and lips to stop the flood of tears from becoming more. I do not want to drown the yellow marigolds sprouting from the roots of my webbed feet. Without asking you pluck them for altars, the first day of each lunar lit multi-year cycle. Such stealing singes, your fingertips grasp for petals of hope that endlessly I will help you out of the muck you keep making by wanting more than you can have. a broken core I cannot fix. Olmec corn dog sentiodal, corn god sentiodal. 1. Western winds stir my moist silk tassels, shoulder length on stalks grown along riverbeds where wild dogs swim, where bird gods rest between whirls, marked only by altars of carved green and brown stones, and the hum of what's underfoot when the autumn moon shakes loose her pocket of shooting stars. In your harvest, I spill loosened yellow teeth, bits of blessed fruit I leave for Jaguar, my spotted feline companion. 2. At core, I feed your hunger-bound earth, too big for words. Shameless, you strip me bare, fry the meat of my kernels on sun-hot rocks, and toss my cob spines into the sacrificial fire of a feast that roast my cat's gamey flesh, heart, and liver, her bones sinew wrapped into rattles for songs of praise to only me. 3. Your young ones, caped in the cat's pelt, glistening with the rub of her fat, chase one another. Hand-plated corn husk whips in their hands. They laugh and lash out at others, mimic the jaguar's roar when caught. On this day of bounty, you must keep your voices low, respectful. It was not a contest of skills to trap her. Obedient, she followed my command to lay down in your net. And next year, when I return, she may be wearing one of your skins. Olmec bird Isamaye. 1. From my perch in the ceiba tree, I see all the secrets you have buried below, between, and above the 3 worlds of my domain. Eyesight keen, I scour horizons to uncover the dead you have stolen, life-taking without shame. I carry in my talons their broken limbs, the limbs of this jungle, monkey arms without paws, mango berry vines crashed beneath the weight of your naked desires to have. You rob for profit everything you touch with your hands, your feet, your lips. 2. When I whistle, nightfall blankets these tender remains, holds them until grief-veiled dawn draws them away, away from you, your massive brutal steps, flattened leaf-matted floors, mash spotted mushrooms into extinction. From my nest in this sacred tree, roots strong enough to drink Earth's molten lava core, I watch you lumber. Cannot look away from your carving sacred wood into canoes and coffins for only your band of beings. Are your losses greatest? 3. The broad-leafed ceiba canopy is a haven for weather gods who shake with anger. Immortal chalk thunderstorms force you, unwilling to be without pride, onto all fours. Cold northerly east blows your hearts right out of your chest. Empty, you lose touch with what beat you have left. And you cry for me to lift up the fall of your tears, blackened and heavy. Section 2. To speak. Before we can talk, we speak to the world of our longings in languages of wind, river, fire, and clay, giving form to our most treasured hopes and dreams. Olmec feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl. 1. You coil up the roots of my too deep sleep. When lonely, I am most willing to roll under your blue belly, a mirrored shield that protects even the red gold plumage collar of your throat. Heated by the rub of our bodies, you shed skin on my pillow, wet silk threads meant to keep my head above waters, ageless and cold. You spiral my spine, head to toe. You know exactly what you are doing. I gurgle, slip into an underwater bed. Seagrass patterns crisscross. Tectonic plates push me to float on my back. 2. Your snake tongue licks mine. Satinly exhales of your breath, a fitted sheet over continental shelves. Double-fanged, you turn on me, puncture primal fears of my dying unloved. Veined liquid drains into your mouth, and you swallow my mineral-rich humanity, spitting out prayers for the dead. Stay alive, you hiss. 3. Arms raised, I hold on to the spread of your ancient neck. The arc of my night changes. I slither up your sacred crown scales and soar as you change course. Return to pluck field rats nesting in my fallen hair. Whore bone jaws open wide, you eat them whole, regretting only that you cannot gorge more. Olmec bat, Kamazots. 1. Forever in this cave, on the threshold between heaven and earth, your eternal wings protect me. The shelter of you, a mystery, surrounds my falling apart. Stifled soul song, cracked skeletal bones. At rest in your blindness, I am shrouded from despair. Holy, 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 you embrace me, the only harmless mammalian touch I know. 2. Pulled back from the brink of the sawtooth world, kept close to your chest, I suckle warmed silence, an echo point you navigate sightless and lullaby me, blocking the wounds I cannot bear. Gashes of neglect and abuse bleed without my knowing how deep the hurt. The flow, sometimes a trickle, sometimes a steady underground stream pouring out of me. 3. In the throat of this cavern, eons deep, confined, I cry to be freed. Upside down, you close your eyes against my monsoon. Not 1 inch of your muscles or tendons move to stop the sobs. I knock against your chest 3 times to make you unwrap my solitude. Let me move towards the lightness of belonging somewhere I would die again and again for. You shake with the pounding, tightened forearms. I bite your locked fingers, can't hear your high-pitched screech over my own sonar sounds. Still, you rock me in your cradle. And this is the final conversation. Olmec, Lady of Death, Mitayakaswato. 1. Queen of the living, the dead, and those already seeded to sprout once more, twirls barefoot on my grave, clacks my bones. Beneath a mound of packed dirt, I become a silent partner to her every stomp and spin, a two-step tango, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Bitterly, ripped away from every taste and scent of this world, I want to go back, but her goddess dance stops me. Spine a rod for lightning, she scorches any chance of escape. Her belly laugh splatters the air, moist beads of glee seep through topsoil into my skin. The curling decay, a joy for her. 2. Wake up, Karen, wake up. She calls my name like it has never been called before. A red moon after sunset, pure blood dripping from her cinnabar lips as she pokes holes in my rib cage, large enough to reach in and squeeze my spongy innards dry. My crepe heart crackles when she knuckle thumps. Bony fingers pinch my ears, pull me up, drag me again to a familiar copper-veined grotto. Every time she does this, ancestral flower garden roots dangle, nectar sweet magenta lilies, lapis blue star lupines, okra green ferns reach down from the heavens, touch my head, and without pause drip their songs onto me. Above the dawning sun, they sing blessings for my safe return. 3. Face pressed against mud rock walls, rough on my lips, I hear the death goddess moan, raspy flats and sharps. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Draw me tingling into her fertile rhythm. In our sway, she takes me into her womb and labors, scratching a pattern in the damp mineral wall. Her pointed fingernailed dots and dashes mark my passage, a remembrance for when, naked and forgetful, I break ground, climbing the laddering light of birth into day, a purple gold butterfly on a leaf, tasting paradise with my feet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, unmute and let her know, let her give her some feedback. That was just like
Transformative.
oh my God.
Thank you.
Look at that. Give it a moment. Take
Yeah.
it all in. Wow.
Yeah. Thank
Oh my gosh.
you. Thank you all so much. It's really an honor. This is one of my home groups, and it's a privilege to bring this to you. And I couldn't have thought of a better audience to share its first voyage as a complete piece into the world than with you all. Thank you so much.